All right, we are live. Welcome all to Hit or Miss. I am your host, The Night Strike. We do not have a Smeggy as of yet. He may jump in, he may not, but that's okay. We've got our. I am your host, The Night Strike. Why am I hearing myself?
I don't know. Are you feeling okay tonight? Are you okay there?
I don't know what it is.
No.
Somebody might have forgotten to hit mute. Anyways, you totally threw me off track. All right. We may get a Smeggy tonight. We may not. Tonight, we do have a Travis P11 to be the co-host in case Smeggy isn't here. So
thank you. Appreciate it.
We've got that. So we're going to go through the room. We're going to introduce our panelists. They're going to make any plugs they need to, and we're going to go on with the show. So first up, we've got, oh my God, Dusty showed up today. What's going on, Dusty?
Hey, thanks for inviting me. We're here.
All right.
And as plugs, I really don't have any plugs, so.
All right. Totally threw me off track there. Again, congratulations, guys. And then we have Gizzard Gary. What's going on, Gary?
I am the Tactical Chicken at gizzardgary.com. Thank you for the invite.
No problem. Next up, we've got our favorite Brit. We've got Rick. What's going on, Rick?
Hey, good. Thanks for the invite. Good to be here.
I was afraid you were gonna, say, take that back. I'm American.
Nah, there's no point.
Come on, Rick, fight back. I know you can do it.
Well, I am an American, but I'll just let you just ramble on,
All right, fine.
Hey, but did you hear the good news?
What's the good news?
I'm moving to a free state.
All right, guys, you heard it. You heard it here on Hit or Miss. Rick is finally moving to a free state. If we still had the sounds with Google Hangouts, I would play the applause button for you. So, congratulations, Rick.
Dude, where are you going, man? Where are you moving to?
Indiana.
Oh, sweet. Right on, man.
And I'm actually about 5 minutes away from a super humongous lake with your name. Your last
Travis?
name? No. I can never pronounce his last name, but that's the name of the lake.
Patuchka?
What?
Dang. Wow.
I got my own lake now? Nobody told me about this. Dude, you are messing with me. No way.
No.
I got to look this up. I'm going to fact check you. I want a T-shirt if that's a situation.
Travis?
What? Oh, no, that's there. No, I got to see. That's CK. That's P-A-T-O-K.
Okay.
No, it's spelled
God.
All right.
Yeah, it's CK. It's check.
Yeah.
It's the other side of the family.
Moving on, we've got my co-hosts with here that also, we do rants and raves whenever, and sometimes the morning roll call. What's going on, roll call?
What's going on? Thank you for having me.
No problem, anytime. All right, Sarge, are you back?
I never left. I figured I'd wait till you got through the panel, then I'll do my experiment.
All right. Well, we've got Sarge. Sarge, plug your stuff. Go for it. Introduce yourself.
I got nothing to plug this week. I've been looking forward to this. I'm working a little bit this evening, but hopefully it should be quiet for the next little bit, and look forward to a good conversation.
All right. Okay. Also, check Sarge out on YouTube. And then he jumped out. There we go. All right. Squib, what's going on?
Taking my lunch break late today, so I can join the panel on Hit or Miss Tuesday nights, 9 o'clock. Also, for lunch, I am proving that the hot dog is a sandwich.
Good man. Good man.
Yep, it's a sandwich, all right.
All right. We are finally putting that to rest. Finally. All right. Travis, my unofficial co-host when Smeggy's not here.
Yeah, man.
My substitute teacher.
Thank you. Appreciate it. You're too kind.
What's going on?
Not much, man. Just staying busy with the channel. Again, I just keep putting out new content for you guys, and subscribe to me over on YouTube, and also check me out over on guntube.org, and then check out Saturday morning, 8 a.m. Caliber Corner over there on gunchannels.com, 8 a.m. Central Time. And that's it, man. Appreciate the invite. Thank you.
All right. No problem. So we got a bunch of topics tonight. I don't know if I'm going to get through them all. And Sarge, I know I asked if you were going to make it or not, but we may not get to that topic. But if we go through everything fast and we still have time left, we will talk about that topic. And Sarge, you can give us your perspective on that. Okay?
Well, can we talk about that first?
Well, I was watching a couple videos. I saw Sarge's video on firearm safety with children and whatnot. And I've seen in the news lately, there's been a few instances where a child has shot a home invader or someone trying to kill a parental unit, a parent. And I wanted to know what Sarge's take was on that. And he jumps out.
Sarge is going to plead the fifth on that one.
Yeah, Sarge is going to plead the fifth. But because the reason I say that is because if you watch his firearm safety videos, some of it contradicts what he says with firearm safety with children. And I just want to know if we can flush it out what the proper self-defense route for children is in a situation of that. Because we're talking about firearm safety and children. So,
I got bounced out.
Sarge, are you still with us?
I heard something about firearm safety.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Okay, recap. Sarge, can you hear us?
Yeah, I got kicked out of the call for some reason, but I'm back.
Right. So, I wanted to ask you, Sarge, about. I saw your video on firearm safety, but there's been a couple instances where children, minors, have shot a home invader or someone who's been trying to kill one of their parents. And yeah. I wanted to get your opinion on self-defense for minors or for children. What's the proper procedure for self-defense with children? Because I know you said this and this for firearm safety for children, but what about self-defense? You didn't say anything. You kind of neglected that in your video.
I don't know that I necessarily neglected that as much as I was going to leave that up to the individual parents. That one was geared towards kids. Okay. And I don't want to tell anyone else's kids what to do as far as self-defense. That was geared towards general gun safety. But if the parents have taken them out and taught them the proper procedure, I mean, those kids are going to know when they know the difference between goofing off and messing around because the parents are gone, and when the chips are down and they need that to protect themselves. I would hope that by exposing them and teaching them proper shooting and proper gun safety, that they would be able to take care of themselves if it happens. And I highly suggest that if it happens.
Well, I was just kind of sad that you didn't say anything about, parents and teaching telling parents to teach your children proper self-defense.
Well, that was really just kind of the beginning of, I need to have a couple more videos at different points that cover other aspects, and I'll definitely cover that now that it's been brought to my attention. I'll be glad to.
And I don't have children. I don't know anyone per se aside from you guys and some of the other guys that we talk to on these chats. I know them, and they've got children. I've met a little more ammo, which is Matt's eldest son. I met him, but other than that, I don't have children. But I think it's important that we make children aware of what proper self-defense, is if the home is getting invaded by a criminal or one of their parents is getting attacked by a criminal, what a proper self-defense route would be for those children.
Well, I can't say that you're wrong. And
granted, obviously you want to call the cops no matter what, but I just feel that we need to either have a discussion on this or we have to someone needs to do a video on what should be the best route going about it?
I hate to tell you, but
there is
I'm
no
just gonna
best
tell you the
route.
obvious.
But
I'm
you know,
going to tell you the obvious that calling 911 is very good to clean up the aftermath, and
I know that.
we may get there before it's over, but my gosh, you'd have to be just right there because these incidents are fast, they're violent, they're over in seconds. I mean, definitely just. I mean, if it's drawn out, it's going to be a minute or two. But it's the odds of anyone coming there to intervene are very slim. So you have the option to run, hide, or fight, and you just have to decide which one is the best at the time. But I will definitely, I have to figure out how to go into that. To definitely put it on the parents first, and here are some options as far as teaching your kids. Because I don't want to gear that one towards kids. That one will have to be geared towards the parents and showing them some options.
Well, I think it doesn't necessarily go into the whole fact of just self-defense for children. I think it may just be, home self-defense for families. Make it a broader aspect because, granted, there's more than just one person in a family.
Oh yeah.
So. Yes, and that's what I will say, Knight. And since you already qualified that you do not have kids, I have 2 teenage daughters. And, in my situation, I could leave a gun lay on a table and my girls would never touch it. They want nothing to do with that gun. So in order to train them, and I have pushed to try to get them to go out and shoot it and let me teach them how to shoot. And they have no interest. So, I mean, it's hard. It would be very hard to train kids to really realize that. For one thing, they're not afraid, and home invasion to them is something that could never happen.
But with the girls, you're right. Home invasion probably would never happen. But there's a decent chance at some point they're going to meet a boy that's definitely off center and could pose them a problem. There's a good chance at some point in their lives they're going to meet somebody like that. And it may not be of their choosing. So it wouldn't be a bad idea to kind of maybe approach that aspect that they may need to learn, at least the basics.
And then they may
just
think,
in case one day,
gee, I should have listened to Dad.
There may also come a day where they are into some boys that are into guns, and suddenly they come to you and they go, Dad, can you show us that gun stuff now?
Yeah, exactly.
So.
But you can't, I mean, I really don't feel that it's right to try to push them right now because they have no interest.
No, yeah, if they're not interested, they'll fight you on it. They've got to come around on their own, and that's just with anything.
But you may want to just present it to them in a different way. Just come out here with me for 30 minutes. Let me just show you the basics, just the basics, and then you can go back in, and then maybe something like that. Just kind of coax them into just the basics so they're not afraid of it. And then, hey, if they show the least little bit of interest, maybe you touch on it again in another month. Or you definitely don't want to push them. You're right. You push them, they're just going to push away.
But I just saw your video, Sarge, and it just you were doing good, and I'm like, he didn't say anything about self-defense. There isn't a lot of videos about self-defense involving families or what the proper route for self-defense for children should be.
Night Striker, I want you to look at it like this. Depending on where you live and how you raise your kids, what's more likely? That your children are going to have to defend the home from an invader, or that your children will get into the guns and something bad will happen? That's a choice that you have to make as a parent. And maybe you live in an urban environment and it's not such a good idea to let them have access to it, whereas somebody else might live in a rural environment and it's normal to let them have access to it. It just all depends. And it's not just your kids. There are times where you're at work and your wife is at work and the kids are at home alone, and you trust them at home alone, and they'll have a friend over. If they've got access to guns, hey, you want to come see my dad's guns? You know what I mean? So there are situations where the child has had access to the firearm and defended the home or defended the parents, and I get that. But as a parent, you have to decide for your living situation and the way you want to raise your kids, what's the most likely scenario.
Well, it's also up to the parent to teach the child right from wrong and when to do something and when not to.
I trust my sons. They could have loaded rifles in their bedroom underneath their bed, and I would trust them. But I don't give them access because they are minor children, and as long as they don't have access, nothing will happen. Now, somebody could say, oh, well, you're wrong because a few hours out of the day, they're home alone, like Macaulay Culkin. Well, you know what? This is my house. Those are my kids, and that's the way I'm going to do it. If somebody else says, no, I trust my sons too, I'm going to let them keep loaded rifles under their bed. Hey, that's all you. But if at some point one of their friends gets a hold of that gun and goes and shoots up the school, I'm going to hold you responsible. So I think each parent has to weigh it out. I don't think what works for me may not work for the guy next door. And as a parent, I can appreciate the fact that another parent may want to do something different, and they have that right to do so. You don't have to, we all don't necessarily have to play by the same playbook.
Oh, I'm not saying that you do. But again, this may be a discussion that we may have to have on another chat sometime in the future, just because the factor that we could go on about this all evening.
Well, make a note. Set an Outlook appointment.
Yep, it's a good topic.
So
it's a very good topic, and maybe when we put all our minds together, maybe we can come up with something that's pretty sound, and then we'll start making some gun channels inspired videos that we all endorse it. Something we're all good with, a concept we're all good with.
all right, so moving on to what we were going to talk about. I'm going to start with this one. I sent you guys links. Everybody's got links that were invited to the panel. You know what we're going to talk about. I wanted to talk about Shopify. You guys have heard that Shopify has decided to say no gun-related stuff on their platform, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And for those of you that don't know what Shopify is like, it's similar. What's that noise? All right. It's similar to a service like people have heard of Etsy, right? It's similar to Etsy where you could create your store, you could sell all your whatever minor stuff, and do that as a business. Well, Shopify has said that they're not going to allow firearm-related stuff on their platform anymore. That it's against their acceptable user policy. So apparently those that are using it for that, using Shopify for that, have until December 31st either come in compliance with the new acceptable use policy or GTFO. Leave.
That is just
What do you buy on
so wrong.
What do you buy on their platform?
Well, there are a couple gun retailers, gun outlets that use their service as to have a simple website to sell their products. And Shopify has basically said, yeah, it's great that you guys are Second Amendment businesses. It's great that you're selling gun stuff, but we don't want you on our platform. So you got until December 31st to get the hell out.
Well, I mean, at least they're giving them till the end of the year instead of just kicking them out that day.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're a capitalist society. Somebody else will step up to the plate and sell this service, or there's probably other companies out there to provide this service. So if anything, Shopify is screwing itself because it's actually going to lose money now because they're going to lose clients.
There's going to be another service, so we hope there's going to be another company that's going to be out there. I mean,
what, you mean that they're the only one? Come on.
No, but a lot of these belong to the same corporations, and they're going to be under the same kind of restrictions.
No, and rules. They don't belong to the same corporations, but the problem, Travis, is a lot of these companies, and you're going to see this, a lot of these companies are either here in the United States and based in California and Silicon Valley, or they're not in America. So, but again, it sucks that this has happened. But I did want to let everybody know that there is another company that has stepped up. It's called Uinta Trading Company. They have offered all the Shopify customers to use their platforms.
Capitalism.
Oh yeah. Also, if you guys weren't aware, UGETube and GunStreamer are creating another platform just like Shopify as well. Shopify, and we're going to see something out of that soon too.
They're merging.
Yeah, well, that's
what they're doing.
I'm segueing into the next topic. But yes,
they have to merge to get big enough to take on GunTube.
Right.
Can I talk about exactly?
Yeah. All right. So again,
can I talk about Shopify?
Yeah, go ahead. If you guys have any comments about Shopify, please go ahead.
Okay.
Screw 'em.
But I just put a link up. In the
well said
in the chat.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Okay. I just put a link up in the chat. It's my buddy's website that I get my holsters from. He uses Shopify. It's not necessarily like Etsy. It's just a web hosting independent website. But he said there's over 8,000 gun-related retailers on Shopify, because I was talking to him about it the other night when I saw this article come out. And he's just going to hope for the best. I think he needs to do a little bit more research, because if not, in December, he's going to be out, because all he sells is holsters and mag pouches. And that's for whatever reason against their terms of use. And they also, I think they control Square, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh,
I think they control Square. So if you were to use Square in your store, or if you held a class or something like that, I think they're going to shut that down. I could be wrong, but I think they own that as well. So
I mean, these guys more or less just process credit cards, right?
Pretty much, and they do some. They, I guess, have a
Basically
website builder.
This is like a web, an online website builder where you can just drag and drop a file, a image, and type in some words, and there you go. You got a website. Then you got payment processing card solution. Okay, that's all it does.
Exactly.
So how hard is it for somebody to just pay a computer guy to make a website for them? It can't be that hard. Night Strike does it.
I do it, and if you need a deal on it, let me know. I will give you competitive and good prices. Hell,
But what about the credit card processing?
Well,
you got to find a company that's, because PayPal doesn't allow firearm sales.
You got to find a company that works like that. Now, with holsters, you can get away selling holsters with PayPal, because that's not against services. But again, you got to find, if it's anything else other than that.
For now, and then PayPal 10 years down the road says, "Oh, no more firearms-related accessories," and then Square owns PayPal,
ridiculous.
Yeah, it's getting ridiculous. How are we supposed to be able to do anything online if the left is being able to bully everybody that's conservative or that believes in the Second Amendment into not being able to have a commerce website online?
This is like a modern-day book burning.
This because, believe it or not, restricting.
That's a good analogy, Sarge.
Restricting somebody from being able to do business online or in any state is against your rights.
A completely legal business.
Because in the law, you do have a right to commerce.
This is a private entity. It's not the government. That's where your rights come into play. Unless they discriminate against you and you're in protected class status, which we're not protected class status yet, being Second Amendment supporters and firearms owners. Yeah. It'll get that way eventually.
But again, it's wrong that we have to get to that point. Again though, there are a couple companies that are stepping up to the plate. Uinta Trading Company. I'll send links out there on YouTube and whatnot to their website, because I think I have their website over here.
Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. If you're that small of a company that you can't afford another service or a more expensive service, then you're going to have to become a distributor, and you're going to have to sell your stuff through one of the bigger companies that can afford this service. Okay, so say you're Joe Blow Holster Company, and you can't compete. So now you just sell your holsters through Midway, right? No.
Yeah, but that's where they're going to want like a higher volume. You're going to make less per holster, and they're going to want 3,500 of them. And if you're a small guy that makes 100 or 200 a month, that's not really doable for a lot of people.
How about if we go back to the 1980s and we mail check or money order to P.O. Box blah 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 for $4.95 shipping and handling? But wait, if you act now, we will throw in a mag pouch. We will throw in a mag pouch.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
I'll send a money order. I don't care.
I send money orders. I still do it.
Yeah, I know. He does. Believe me, he does.
Yeah.
He sent me one time.
Yeah, my
Darn
buddy,
right I did.
Who I teach with and who owns a gun shop, he buys every one of his guns via money order when they come in. He has money orders waiting for that order when it arrives, and he pays through money orders through the UPS or FedEx or whatever.
That's crazy, man. That's cool.
It's definitely not the quickest, but he doesn't owe anybody any money. They're all his when they walk in the door.
All right, so segueing into our next topic, we're talking about the UGETube and the GunStreamer merger, okay? As not only are they making their own type of Shopify thing as well to help people out and do that, but they're also going and merging. Apparently, I've got the press release right here. I'm going to post this out on both the GunTube, YouTube, and Gun Channel side. We're not live on GunTube, although we probably should be. But again, priorities.
How dare you? We should be on GunTube.
We should be on GunTube. Dead Horse, you're going to have to ask them. I'm not their spokesperson. I'm just reading the press release. Okay. All right. So August 20th, 2018, for immediate release, UGETube and GunStreamer agreed to merger, creating powerful free speech alliance. On August 18th, 2018, UGETube and GunStreamer successfully concluded negotiations to merge the companies. Effective immediately, the two platforms will begin sharing technology, which will reduce the overall cost of operations and enhance satisfaction to both viewers and content creators alike. Sam Robinson, UGETube co-founder and co-owner, stated, "This is a very good fit, and we welcome the GunStreamer team. GunStreamer's owners and staff will join in the effort to deploy the company's broader vision known as UGEWorld. UGEWorld is a series of advanced, interconnected social media websites that seek to preserve constitutional values and capture audiences excluded by Facebook, YouTube, and others as well. UGEMart, an Amazon-style marketplace, is basically UGEWorld's next website launch. I guess the company, they're calling themselves UGEWorld now instead. So, GunStreamer's founder, Austin Roberts, commented, "We are delighted to join the UGEWorld team. Our collective vision to serve the First and Second Amendment community by leveraging our skills and our passion for freedom is becoming a reality. In this case, we really do have 2 + 2 = 5 scenario. In the coming months, our collective audiences will experience a bounty of freedom-enhancing social media tools and products and services because of this merger. God bless the United States of America." Well, it says "May God bless," but good point.
Yeah.
To learn more, visit UGETube or GunStreamer, and that's it. UtahGunExchange.com. 9498 South 670 West Sandy, Utah 84070. So I guess these guys are getting scared because GunTube has live streaming. We do have the whole, you can upload a video. We do have, you can copy your videos over from YouTube. We've got all that. So they're getting scared and they have to team up against me.
Why don't you contact YouTube and see if they want to join you, and you guys could merge together to make a super network.
What if they offer to buy Night Strike out?
Oh damn!
If they offer to buy me out, it depends on how much money. Just saying.
Ooh.
Like $10 and a Sky CPX.
Oh God.
A squib
Couldn't pay me enough.
If that's the offer I'm going to get, I'm going to tell them to take a long walk off a short pier.
Make sure I have a question.
Go for it.
Now these two that are merging.
Yeah.
Travis, do you have an account with either one of those?
Yeah, both of them. I've already ported over to both. I've been unable to destroy them.
Well, I'm wondering why that's why they're merging, because you are destroying them individually.
It's funny that they announced this shortly after porting over all 65,000 of my tabletop reviews, right?
Hey, if we merge, only one of us has to maintain all this shit.
Two networks enter, Travis P11 leaves, right? That's what it is.
Right.
Yeah, that's a possibility. So no.
But again, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. With UGETube and GunStreamer, if they're gonna merge, if that's fine. I will say this: they're both using the same exact software to do all the YouTube magic.
Whoa.
Okay, they're using the same software. I really would like the software, but unfortunately, I cannot afford the software they're using. It's just, it's closed sourced. It's third party software that you actually have to pay for straight out of the box. I'm using open source software that may leave us open a bit, but again, I don't have to pay anything for it, and we're good. Granted, the software is one-time purchase, but it just costs so much. I mean, if I could afford the $1,500 for it, I would have been using it. But I've already got live streaming on this platform, so why do I need to pay $1,500 to get something that already works?
And it doesn't even offer live streaming over there, does it?
No, they don't have live streaming.
No, that's what I thought. Not that I've ever seen. I did watch the interview tonight on Hank Strange's show. He had the guys on there from UGETube and GunStreamer, and they can fight each other and trying to one up each other and waste all this time and all this resources and all this money trying to be the the dominant firearm social media hosting platform, or they can just unite, pool their resources because they've got this wide range of subs and content creators and more people fleeing over to them. Now they might as well just, to me, it only makes sense to do that. Pool your resources, work out a business deal where both sides are happy, offer the huge market or huge world or whatever you want to do, and then start taking on YouTube. Because eventually, it's just inevitable. We're all going to be pushed off YouTube as firearm content creators. I don't want to give up hope, but I can see it going that route. At some point, they'll start, next February, they'll release the next set of restrictions, no firearms videos with guns that have more than 10 rounds in the mags or whatever, and then that's pretty much it. So
I know Hank Strange is also doing he's trying to do his own platform too. But again, it's just we got a comment out here. I have to read this one. Dead Horse saying Night Strike a merger here in Utah just means wife swapping one of our 3 to 6 wives.
Oh God.
And I told him that's only if you're Mormon. That only works if you're Mormon. But again, yeah. Listen, I don't hate GunStreamer. I don't hate YouTube. They're great platforms. if they're both going to make one website and just consolidate everything, that's fine. If they're going to continue doing things separately just to get the message out there, that's fine too. Whatever they want to do, they're going to do because, it's their platform. Okay? Just as GunTube's my platform, and I'm doing with it what I'm going to do with it. But again, we have to have platforms like these, like GunStreamer, like UGETube, like GunTube, like I even hate to say this, but even Full 30, because there is going to be a point of which YouTube is going to say, yeah, if you're conservative or if you're doing, we said this stuff before on gun stuff. We don't want any gun-related things on YouTube anymore. We don't want any of it. So get out. That will happen.
Does the Full 30 still exist?
Full 30 still exists, but they haven't got open yet, like they said they were going to back in October.
Well, GunStreamer and YouTube would,
I don't think
in that site because they will never open it up to us. It's just a place for the big channels to show off.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a channel of which you've got millions of subscribers, or even if you've got a couple 100,000 of subscribers, you're on Full 30 already. Or if you get kicked off of YouTube, Tim from Military Arms Channel is going to send you a link and send you an email and get you set up on Full 30. But if you only have if you're say hit or miss, if you're like me, Night Strike, you only have say 800-something subscribers, and you get kicked off of YouTube. Guess where you go? You don't go to Full 30 because Tim from Military Arms Channel doesn't give a shit. Doesn't give two shits about you. You can go to GunStreamer and UGETube, but again, why would you do that? If I get kicked
don't
off,
run that site no more anyway.
If I get kicked off of YouTube, I'm going to GunTube. I'm doing all my stuff on GunTube. I'll figure out how I do it, but that's where I'm going.
Now, do you think with this merger that at some point these guys will start charging people?
I think they'd have enough firearms-related revenue and advertising going on. Plus, if they offer a marketplace and a store and stuff, they'll be making money off that. Charging vendors for space or taking a cut of the sales, or offering store space basically where you can get your business set up and running, or do like eBay where they get a percentage of every sale they get sold. They do that, they're going to have enough revenue coming in.
That marketplace that they were talking about could be absolutely huge if they, of course, lay out all the rules where it has to be legal in every state. However that transpires, that would be a little bit of guidance for us. What magazine laws are in what states. But if that's a place where we can sell our gun parts and things like that, that could be fantastic. If it's all related.
Be like a combination of Gun Broker, Amazon, like your Midway USA, your Cabela's, like everything, just one massive super site for all things gun related. And they'll take your processing and your payments with no problems.
I think GunTube needs to see if they can get in on this merger. Just ride this train all the way to the top.
There you go. You could offer the live streaming branch.
I don't think I'm going to. Okay, Military Arms Channel, July 9th, Gary posted this. I'm at a total loss at the moment. All I can say is that Full 30 is funded and moving forward. As for me, this is from Tim from Military Arms Channel, I'm likely going to be stepping away from Full 30 because I'm the face of it, and I never intended to be. I have no control over the development side. And like everyone else, I've met with mispromise after mispromise.
Don't blame Tim for it.
Well, I'm not, but again, unfortunately, whether he wanted to be or not, he became the de facto face for Full 30. So,
he is the face of Full 30.
If he doesn't like it, then he needs to step away and say, "Hey, I'm not the face of Full 30 anymore. I'm not affiliated with them. I'm doing my own thing over here now." He needs to come out and say that instead of just saying that like on Twitter or on Facebook. Because that's not a way to say it.
It's kind of like when you call customer service. It's not really their fault, but it's their job to listen to it because they're in that position, and he put himself in that position, so he has to listen to a little bit of this if we're not happy about Full 30, because he wanted to be the spokesman.
It's kind of sort of one of those things where he went into it with a couple partners, and he was basically the voice of it, and he let them do all the management in the background and stuff, and they're running it into the ground, and he doesn't have time to dink with it.
Well, they need it. If they would open it up to everyone, that site has the ability to take off.
But they probably don't
if they open it up to us.
They probably don't have the server space and everything anymore than Night Strike does.
Yeah, but they have the money to buy it.
Their interface is crappy.
Out of pocket.
They have enough server space to keep uploading videos, but they don't. Doesn't seem like they have enough server space. They don't have enough server space to do multiple.
Have you ever looked at any of the Patreons of some of the people over there on that? I'm going to go right now to Military Arms Channel on Patreon. Tell you what they're bringing in a month, at least.
That was a direct message from Tim to me because I was complaining about Full 30, and that was his response to me. So.
I haven't gotten a message back yet. I've asked about it on there.
I didn't know if he had posted that somewhere or what was going on with that.
No, that was a private message.
Okay, Gary, where did that come from?
Patreon.
Okay. And that was a message that you sent to him. He replied to you with?
That's correct.
Okay. So, guys, he replied to Gary's message with that statement. That's where it came from. It wasn't on Facebook.
What was the statement
Twitter.
again?
The statement was Military Arms Channel, July 9th. I'm at a total loss at the moment. All I can say is that Full 30 is funded and moving forward. As for me, I'm likely going to be stepping away from Full 30 because I'm the face of it, and I never intended to be. I have no control over the development side, and like everyone else, I've met with missed promise after missed promise.
Yes, that was not a public statement. That is correct.
So I stand corrected. It was a message that Gary received from Tim at Military Arms Channel. Okay? Go.
Now that we have that.
It was a private statement until you just made it public.
Yeah,
Thanks.
Gary released it and made it public. So if anybody has
in the side chat, I didn't put it over in the public chat.
Remind me that when I send you guys a text message or an email. Holy mackerel.
Send me nudes. I'm putting them out.
If I knew he was going to read everything in the side chat, I'd go all Anchorman on him and put all kinds of stuff out of him.
Yeah, I bet you would.
I guess we have to go over the rules of side chat, don't we?
We may have to after this, but again, quite honestly, I'm kind of glad I read it because, believe it or not, there are more than a couple people that want to know what the hell's going on with Full 30 because there's been they said this, they've been doing it. They said you can sign up and reserve your account here, and then it's been complete and utter blackout. There's been nothing. So, reading it or not, we need to get some form of information of what's going on. And if that's what's going on, if they're dragging their ass, so to speak, on this, then guess what? You may not want to go with Full 30.
Even on their own forums, nobody's getting any answers because the Full 30 people aren't answering questions anymore. They disappeared off the forum.
So it's just one of those things. All right. Let's move on. We got one more topic that I wanted to get out of the way. So
I get it for one topic.
I have a topic.
Well, if we have more, no more side chat topics.
It's about
put it in side chat.
Now,
GunTube.
If we got more topics after this, if you guys want to go longer than an hour, we'll go longer than an hour and go over. If you don't, we'll end it after an hour and we'll be done with it. But again, let's go over this last topic, and then we can make the deciding factor, because I know you guys are busy. I know you got things to do. I don't want to take more time from you than I am. All right?
Sounds good.
All right. So for those that didn't know, one of the judges in Washington State has tossed the I-1639 gun control ballot measure out because I guess whoever was going through the procedures made the print on the let me just read the topic, the actual thing, because I watched the video, but I guess here's what's saying. Thurston County Superior Court Judge James Dixon ruled that petitions circulated by paid canvassing groups working for the Alliance for Gun Responsibility failed to meet state requirements for readability and did not contain a full and correct copy of the printed measure, which Second Amendment advocates characterized as using microscopic text. Dixon said his decision was an easy one. He said that they said in the NRA and a couple other groups, and I'm not even sure NRA is even in this, a couple other gun advocacy groups said that most people can't read it. And the judge went and looked at it and said, I have 20/20 vision, he said. I can't read it. Moreover, it is not a true copy. It is not a correct copy of the proposed measure. 30-page ballot referendum aimed to mandate new guidelines for semi-auto rifles under state law, including fees, training requirements, waiting periods, additional background checks, beyond federal guidelines, of which Washington State already has extended background checks. They want to make it even further. The initiative covers a lot of ground when it comes to changing the state's gun statutes. I-1639, as proposed, would set a definition under Washington law of an assault rifle simply as any that utilizes a portion of the energy of a firing cartridge to extract the fired cartridge case and chamber the next round, and which requires a separate pull of the trigger to fire each cartridge, which would effectively regulate all semi-auto long arms other than shotguns. The new requirements proposed alongside the definition would bar sale to those under 21 altogether. So apparently the gun groups took one long look at the wording condensed to a 5-point font on a 11 by 17-inch card, and contacted the referendum's backers over concerns as far back as June about the language without result. This led to a court fight that, while initially rebuffed by the Washington Supreme Court and the initiative's certification by Washington Secretary of State Kim Wyman, ended in Dixon's court last week. I want to thank Judge Dixon for ruling on this matter in time for the state and counties to begin printing ballots for the November general election, said Wyman in a statement. Her office has a deadline to publish election notifications by October 3rd and to mail out voter pamphlets to every household in Washington by October 13th in preparation for the November 6th election. With the guidance now provided to us by the court, we can proceed with the election preparations on schedule. The gun right groups behind the challenge, the Second Amendment Foundation, applauded the action from Dixon. The initiative process has no place for deceit and deception, said the SAF founder, Alan Gottlieb. The so-called Alliance for Gun Responsibility and acted totally irresponsibly in circulating this initiative to the voters, and it's not only cost them millions of wasted dollars, but their credibility as well. As for the AGR, raised over $3 million for the drive, largely from big donations from high-profile billionaires, with Microsoft co-founder Paul Allen and venture capitalist Nick Hanauer. They are planning to appeal. Today's decision tossed out the signatures of more than 378,000 voters and undermined the rights of the citizens of the state in favor of the interests of the gun lobby, said Renee Hopkins, the group's CEO. It's not right. We will continue to fight. Yeah, well, you just keep thinking about it. In the past, the group was able to get I-594, an expanded background check initiative approved by voters in 2014, followed by I-1491, measure to make it easier to temporarily seize guns from individuals seen as being at high risk in 2016. So it's not like Washington doesn't have its own set of problems with gun control and bad laws. But the problem is, I watched. There's a video that goes along with this, and I'm not going to play this because I don't have the rights to it. But the judge went on to say that while in the case, he had said that yes, this is in the case. They said it cannot be seen by most people. The font is so small, and he said, I have 20/20 vision, but I can't even read this. I can't read a word that's written on this. So basically, the judge also went on to say that they don't have any strike-throughs on this to say what it's amending or what they're doing. They just have it printed out like this. And he said literally anything can be printed on this, and people would go ahead and sign it without knowing better. And it doesn't. And he said, and that's why it doesn't meet with the state guidelines for this. So it's actually a good video if you care at all about hearing court decisions and whatnot. I would recommend you go and watch that video. But again, that's what's going on in Washington. You guys want to talk about this or have any comments on this?
That's just how scumbaggy these anti-gun people are. They'll try any measure or method to undermine the Second Amendment and have it stomped out. And this is a prime example of it. And for people that are new or people that are old to what we talk about on these chats, this is something to really look at and to take note of, and why we fight so hard to keep and bear arms.
Shall not be infringed.
Yeah, I mean, this also, two things. One, which was great, it was a Democratic appointed judge, which was great. Two, it goes to prove the big money, they don't care about the law. All they want to do is set laws that we must follow.
That we must follow.
To break a law. They want to break a law to set laws that we must follow.
Yeah, here's the thing.
That's pretty much it.
They don't care that we aren't able to protect ourselves or have firearms or whatnot. They just want to get rid of all firearms in general. And the problem is, that's not going to get rid of their security guards from owning firearms. That's not going to get rid of them having security guards. But apparently, rich people are under the conception that everybody already has security guards. They don't need to defend themselves. That everybody is just like them, when the fact is there's a class divide. The poor, the middle class, us, actual working Americans, do not have the capital to hire a full contingent security team to protect us 24/7. Period. And unfortunately, these rich assholes don't understand that, hey, guess what? Not everybody can afford a security team. They just don't get that. So they're like, I don't see the need for you to own firearms. It's
or they
safe
do,
enough
and
here
that's
in the
just part of their disarmament agenda. So yeah, why not?
Yeah, or it's part of their disarmament agenda.
Yeah.
They're just twice the asshole. But again, I'm glad that the judge made a sound decision. He actually did something according to the law instead of by feels goods or by, I believe this. Yeah, if you're a judge, you're not supposed to make a decision based on I feel this or I believe that. You make a decision based on this is what this says and this is what the law is. And if what this says doesn't fit with the law, then it's unconstitutional. It's against the law. I mean,
Agreed.
Unfortunately, with the Constitution, I hate to say this, I hate to be like this, but it's black or white. It's either yes or no. And if Supreme Court justices or if judges in general cannot make a decision based on black or white, then they shouldn't be doing that fucking job. And I apologize for cursing. I'm trying to not curse as much. But again, when I get fired up like this, I get angry at people not doing their job that they were elected or appointed to do properly.
Here's the only problem with the way the Constitution was written. It's that it is now almost 250 years old, and the wording is different, and the language has changed just a little bit, so it has to be interpreted. But I agree 100% that it should be enforced exactly the way it's written, but it just has to be interpreted and applied to modern speech. That's the only area for interpretation. But I agree on the rest
Sarge, I'm going to argue with you on this point. It's not, it has to be interpreted. There's no interpretation, okay? Because it says
the wording isn't the same.
But no, here's the thing. The wording, every single word written in the Constitution means the exact same goddamn definition that it meant back in 1776. If you find a dictionary from the 1700s, every single word still means the same thing as it does in a current dictionary. So if they're going to say, oh, the wording is different, the wording isn't different. No. People are just trying to construe and twist the Constitution to their own damn agendas.
I agree with that. And that's why we have to get strong people in place that can view it for what it was then and apply it to how it is now. I am agreeing with you, even though you think I'm not.
Well, I just have to get it out there because everyone knows I'm Mr. Shall Not Be Infringed, but that's only because I actually believe in the definition of the words that are written on the Constitution, that are written in the laws already. It's pretty, whether people say it is or not, believe it or not, the law is pretty cut and dry. It's either you broke the law or you didn't. There's no, oh, he kind of broke the law, but he's okay. He didn't go to jail. That never happens. It's either they go to jail or they don't. Or they go to prison or they don't.
Anyway, Night Strike. I understand what you're saying, and I agree with you. If you look in a dictionary at the word, if you read the definition long enough, you will come to the original meaning of the word. But here's an example. The Second Amendment, regulate. Right? In today's world, regulate, people think of regulations written by the government. But back then, it meant well-run. Like a well-run watch. Works right. It's regulated to work correctly. That's what it meant back then. But that isn't what it technically means today.
Right.
And if we have to get a dictionary
that definition, if you read the dictionary long enough, that definition is still there. It's just not the first one that's used anymore.
I know, but they're grabbing the first one that's used.
Do you hear what you're saying? That we have to get a dictionary out to see how this was written then. That's where I'm getting at. That's why we have to elect strong people that can read the Constitution and read the old definition and apply it to modern times.
You're on to something there, but that can read English properly. You were going to say it, but you didn't. But they need to be able to read English
like you just said.
But there's more to it than that, too. I mean, the writings of our founding fathers at that time are well documented. I mean, we can tell what what they were thinking when they wanted to put these words in there. I mean, there's writings on it. There's letters. I mean, it's not as if that's all there is to go by.
And really, you know, you guys are talking about elected officials. The Supreme Court choices are the big ones because they are the one that has to be able to read that language.
Exactly.
And if they can't read the language properly or make a decision based upon the accordance of the law, then why the hell are they in that position in the first place?
Well, that's where we have to not allow them in there.
Exactly.
And the Supreme Court is really what keeps all the other appellate courts in line because, A, they have to follow the law, and if they're at all trying to put in their own personal bias, when it goes to the next level, they're going to look like fools and idiots, and when it comes up time for re-election, they're not going to be reelected. So that Supreme Court is what keeps all the lower ones in line. So.
Yes.
So, again, I know we got off topic on this, but I had to say something. I am glad that he actually made a decision based upon the law and regulations that are already in place in Washington for that ballot, and that it's not going on the ballot this year. Who knows whether it goes on it next year or whatnot. But again, I'm glad that a judge actually made the right decision based according to the laws instead of making a decision based on emotions and feelings.
Well, see, this is the thing. We should have had, the Koch brothers should have tossed $1 million at it too, because then all the liberals would have been completely against it. I mean, they put out the finance report on that, and it was like 5 donors for $3 million.
Yeah.
I mean, Paul Allen was one of them. The other guy was one of. Who else was there? Oh, Ballmer. Ballmer was one of them, and his wife. I mean, they were both in it for over $1 million. It was like $5 million, and they had 5 donors. So, if it was the Koch brothers and it was something going the other way, all the liberals would be up in arms.
Exactly. So, anyways,
I don't
keep
real
going.
quick. What I don't understand is the people out in this great country of ours. They need to really grasp the concept of people of wealth. People of wealth do not want ordinary folks like us on the panel and those out in the chat to be really successful. They want us to be successful to a point. And it's going to have to come to a head, I see it, that we stop putting our trust into million and billionaires. We have to steer away from it somehow. I see it constantly, and this is a prime example of it. You see who's putting money towards this. Why isn't anybody talking about where the money is coming from? They'll talk about where the money's coming from when it involves the NRA or somebody else, but they're not going to talk about who's actually throwing money in. Obnoxious one just said. And it makes me wonder if the people in this great country really do care or not. Because these groups of individuals with this wealth continue to throw it at it. Whatever piece of legislation it may be, whichever piece of the government it is. So I encourage everybody to go out there, do your due diligence, call these people out when things like this arise, and look where the money's coming from. Look who's putting forth this effort to stamp out the Second Amendment, the First Amendment, or anything else on the backside. And until we start putting, like Sarge said, common folk into place and start pushing people that have the same agenda as us into positions, I think we're going to continue down this road of millionaire and billionaire folks until we start pushing these people out, because money can only do so much. But when you have the backing of the people, I think it might become more accessible at drowning out some of these big donors.
Here's my thoughts on this at this point in our republic. If you're voting for an incumbent, you're voting wrong.
Even if they're a Republican?
Even if they're Republican. If you're voting an incumbent, you're voting wrong. I mean, these people that go into office and they're there for 40 years, that was never intended. And all they're doing is building their wealth and building their power, and they don't give two shits about you or me. So if you're voting incumbent, you're voting wrong until they get the message and they start working for us again.
All right, guys. Do you guys have any other topics to talk about? Do you guys have anything you want to bring up or whatnot? No longer.
I think we covered some pretty important topics this evening, though. I definitely agree. I think we're good.
Okay. I went overboard again. Wasn't going to, but
it's all right, man.
Someone throw me the life vest or the life vest or the the lifesaver, so I can climb back on board.
Nobody's thrown into you, Night Strike.
Man overboard.
Anyways, let's see what they're saying on the YouTube side. All right, so I guess that's it. Unless you guys said you wanted to go longer, so guys, you guys said you had a topic. So what's the topic?
Sarge needs 1,000 subs.
No. I'm not getting Sarge any more subs. I need to get to 1,000. I've been doing YouTube longer.
Get out there and show yourself shooting that SIG, and you'll get your 1,000 subs, dude. That's all you got to do, man. Let's get some video footage going on.
The problem is I'm fat, and I don't like seeing my fat.
I know how to get you 1,000 subs.
Dude, all gun guys are fat. Just get out there and shoot. Don't worry about it. I'm right there with you, man. Who cares?
Speak for yourself.
To get more subs, do a peanut butter tabletop reviews.
Yeah, that's all you gotta do. Just said peanut butter and jelly. Peanut butter and jelly, the classic tabletop review. That's gonna go viral right there.
Speaking of peanut butter.
But
this episode of Hit or Miss sponsored by Jif Peanut Butter.
You got to have a gun sitting on the table though, otherwise you can't put it on GunTube.
Right.
Or a cat.
No, yeah. Sarge, you had you said you had a topic about GunTube that you wanted to talk about.
Cats and guns.
Mm-hmm.
They go together.
And Sarge went silent on us.
I got busted by the wife for my
He did.
we are social media
Really?
video. Yeah, she got me on Facebook. She says, "Where'd you get all those guns?"
I'm back.
I've had those forever.
I didn't
She's
realize
like,
I had you.
Forever.
So, Sarge, you said you wanted to talk about GunTube. What about GunTube?
Yeah. I want you to start a GoFundMe so we can help get you a few of these things that you need so we can make this thing take off. I want to be a silent partner by sending you a little bit of money through a GoFundMe, and we can get you the stuff that you need and get this thing going.
That's not a bad idea.
I mean,
Do you
just
want me
doing
to do
little
a
steps.
GoFundMe, or do you want me to do like an Indiegogo or a Kickstarter?
I don't know the difference between those. I don't really know. I just know that you actually need to do it. Just here, make this sound and make some things happen. on a keyboard.
$1 bills, y'all.
We all have his address. Just mail him a money order.
Yes.
Well, I was going
In
to
a self-addressed stamped envelope, so we can get a
I
sticker
will.
in return.
I know you would, Call. Don't. But yeah, no, I don't send me money orders.
Fine, our money's it's
I'll
not
do-
good, not good
I'll
enough
do-
for you, or what?
I
Is it-
guess I'll do a GoFundMe. I didn't want to have to do the whole crowdfunding thing. I mean, I know I'm doing Patreon, and that is helping me pay a few of the bills with GunTube, but there's a lot of costs involved with running a website. If you own your own server, you own the hard drives, you own the hardware. There are more costs involved in it. And I won't lie.
Party check.
I am literally losing my shirt on this right now.
Okay, so what kind of dollar amount are we talking that you need to raise?
And
I
do
don't
you
know.
have anything laid out, like, what's my first purchase at 500? What's my first purchase at, if I had 1,000? Do you have anything laid out? Where do you need to go with
You have
this?
a business
what
plan?
do we need?
I don't have a business plan. I've been doing everything but that because I'm not good with. The business plan was an afterthought, quite honestly.
That should have been your first step.
It should have, but for someone who's more on the tech side and not so much on the business side, it's actually pretty damn difficult for me.
Okay, well, I can't do tech, but I'm a business major, so.
I mean, if anybody wants to help me with this, I'd be more than willing to accept help on figuring some of this stuff out because I've done everything to try and get a working website up so people can do something because I was more concerned about actually getting the message out there than worried about a corporation because I wanted to do this as a nonprofit. And then somebody convinced me just to do it as a business instead.
I'll put you a link in the chat.
Hey,
It's business plans for dummies.
if you
Very funny.
if you get sent a what you call it, what don't you want now when it comes to being sent money? Cash money order. If you don't
Send them.
how do you cash a money order?
The same way you cash a check.
Send them a $500 money order.
Yeah, but as far as if I have a plan set out? Yes, actually, I was looking at getting hardware and getting the hardware. If I can get like $500 here, $500 there, then I can start getting some of those hardware. Primarily, the most expensive thing isn't actually going to be the server itself. You know what the most expensive thing is going to be in a situation like this?
I have no idea.
The two most expensive things that are going to be the most expensive is actually going to be the storage space itself, the actual hard drives. The hard drives are going to be the most expensive out of the entire setup. The next,
If you need some money, sell that SIG. I mean, you're not going to shoot it anyhow.
Oh, them's fighting words right there.
He's not going to shoot it well.
Wow.
He'll shoot it. He's just not
the
gonna
next
shoot it
time,
well.
the next time you have problems, I'm just going to tell you to sell one of your safes.
Who advised you not to go for non-profit? Where was you advised that?
Because of the tech industry. And I don't think I did the right thing with it. But again, I don't want to talk about all this on live on air because I don't want to bore people because people just complain that Night Strike's just complaining about money. And I'm not complaining, okay?
Sometimes we need to talk, Night.
I will set up a GoFundMe or a Kickstarter or something if anybody's interested in helping. But if you don't want to hear about it, just say so, and we'll fucking move on. Because I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste the time of the viewers out there where we could be talking about something else that they actually want to listen and discuss. Because
I have a topic.
oh, you've got something?
Yeah. So I'm in a conundrum. All right, guys. I've got some things that are going to be happening in the next, hopefully this week, and I have to make some choices. And I've met some of you guys, and some I haven't, but still, that makes no difference. But should I get a Star BM, a 1911 and 45 ACP, a SIG gun in 40 or 45,
40.
finish my AR build, or buy an AK, or buy something that no one really has shown a whole lot, except for one person, but we won't mention them, a Lionheart in 9mm.
Finish the AR.
Finish the AR. Or buy the AK.
Yeah, go for an AK.
1911.
1911.
1911.
We've got a dissenting view.
Depends on what kind of 1911 it is.
Make a bracket out of it.
It's a there you go.
I'm
What
just kidding.
should Ro call
Man, I'd
my
go for an AK,
bracket?
dude. They're not getting any cheaper.
Okay, you know what? What's the bracket website that uses?
Dude, I was just joking.
I'm
kidding.
not. I'm not.
Oh my god! Just get the AK. Just go get a Wasser and call it good.
Gotta compete with
Now, see, this is the thing. This is the thing about the can't get a Wasser in my area. I mean, if I could go to a.
Wait, I thought you lived in America. What?
Yeah, I live in America, but I live by communist states.
Oh my god!
He does live by a communist
So,
state.
Yeah, defend yourself then.
So
Finish
you better
the AR.
finish that AR so you can defend yourself from all those innocent
Defend yourself with
people
American.
coming over to
Okay, what was?
You can build an AR anytime, though. I mean, Travis is right. AKs they're going up. So
yeah, they're not getting any cheaper.
No, I mean, right now I think Wasser's going to run you what, $650. I know you can't. You said you can't get one, but well, no, I take that back because PSA's got AKs for $499. They've got some decent ones. They've got the forged trunnions on them and stuff. Do you have an AK, or can you get an AK or not?
Yeah.
Well, what
do
you have to get? What's the specifications on it?
I can get one of those RAS AKs. I have access to get one of those, but I've heard iffy things about them.
Yeah, don't go there. Please don't.
AK?
The RAS 47.
No, don't go to RAS. Don't go to RAS.
Don't go with the cast trunnion.
That's almost as bad as the IO Inc. AK, and don't listen to Never Nothing.
Yeah.
He's the only one who had
you know what?
The one working IO Inc. AK out of the entire United States.
The Century, even the C39 V2s, after watching AK-47 Operator Union run, 3,000 or 4,000 rounds through it, even that's having headspace issues and weird premature wear issues. I can't recommend it, dude. Are any other AK options for you at all or not?
I can get access to an AK pistol.
Oh, there you go. And now, and those are going up in value too. Those like the Krinkhovs and the what was the other one
is
the Draco.
Yeah, the Dracos and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and the Draco shoots nice.
Man, I would, dude. They're like $750 now for one. If you can get one cheap, I'd snag in a heartbeat, dude.
But it's a Polish hell pup.
What do you mean by that?
That's the name of the AK. The AK pistol.
Well, if it's commie block, what's the problem? Well, just do some research on it. Just do some research on the brand and see what people say about it. Are there any reviews on it or any tests on it out there at all? I mean, here's the question you got to ask. What are you lacking in your firearms collection? You've got handguns, you've got shotguns, right? You probably got a bolt action rifle or two floating around. Do you have ARs or AKs?
I have an AR. I don't have an AK.
Yeah. And you know what? The AKs are nice because they're relatively inexpensive to shoot. You can get 40 rounds of Tula for $10. I mean,
$9.99.
whatever. You can hunt with it. No, $9.97 if you go to Walmart. Okay, for the record. Yeah, there you go. All right. I was actually just looking at AK ammo this evening. I mean, you go through some of these online places, you can get it for $4.29 for a box of 20.
But then you figure all the shipping in. And
No, it's free shipping when you buy a case. I was looking at Target USA again. You can get a case of 1,000 for under $200.
But Bro Call, you don't have a 1911. Right now, I'm gonna say
wear gloves with the 1911.
Wear gloves if you work on a 1911. But we're love.
Yeah, make sure you use protection when you clean your 1911. Okay.
Okay. All right, guys, let me finish. All right. So, Bro Call, you have a lot of pistols in your collection. How many rifles do you have?
I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4.
That's not enough. You need another one.
But I was also, and this is the wild card. I was looking.
I got a point here.
At a 243.
I got a point here. How many of those rifles are semi-auto?
1.
1, and that's the AR, is it not?
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Okay, the 243 is an awesome rifle, but you can the killing distance on the 243, and I mean I could be wrong on this, but I think you're looking at about the same effective range with the 7.62x39, and you're going to have much more flexibility with an AK platform than a bolt action 243, and the ammo is way cheaper.
Is bite the bullet, get an actual AK-47 rifle AK. Don't go. The pistol route's nice. It's wonderful, but I think you should go for the traditional AK route. Like, if you can find a decent underfolder or a side folder, there you go. You almost have a pistol right there when you have a folder. Well, so,
what kind of features are you limited to for the state that you live in?
I'm not limited to anything.
But you said you couldn't get a Wasser, but the Wassers are imported by Century. They're new import. The 922 part kits or whatever.
The gun shops that are around my area, they don't import that stuff.
Well, you can buy a Wasser off Classic for $5.99 or whatever. You can, and then just pay $25 for a transfer fee. I mean, you can get a PSA, Freedom or Liberty AK for $4.99. That's with Magpul MOE stuff on it right now. And those have forged trunnions, and they seem to be fairly well built, and they seem to be rugged. Or try to get an AMD 63 if you can find one. I mean, I
think most of PSA's parts are coming from DDI now because they bought DDI out. Remember?
Yeah, well, they've got a Gen 2 version of their rifle that they've been selling for quite a while now, so they've taken care of the issues that they had with the first run.
Exactly.
And maybe DDI parts took care of that for them too. It's hard telling,
But I'm going to tell you, Roll Call, if you've only got one semi-auto rifle in your collection, then it's pretty cut and dry. You get the AK, you get it because with the AK, it's built to use steel case ammo all day long. You can use brass case in it if you want, but it's built for steel. You can get cheap steel case ammo literally anywhere, online, at Walmart, at any store that sells ammunition, that sells rifle ammunition, will probably sell 7.62x39. So you'll be able to get ammo anywhere, which is why I'm telling you, if you don't have an AK in your collection, you should probably look again.
Or get yourself what J&G Sales has. SKS is for $3.99.
Yeah. Well, it all depends on what condition that SKS is.
Yeah, I don't know. Those are surplus, but good, very good.
I got a surplus CNR one into the country, and
I mean, I just say the AK is just I love mine. It's awesome. And, magazines are relatively inexpensive. You've got options. If it has a side rail, you could mount an optic on it if you want to use it hunting with a 5-round mag. You have that option if state allows you to hunt with semi-auto or,
So I've eliminated the 1911 and the SIG. I'm not going to get those. And I think I might eliminate the Star BM for now, because I do have a piece of surplus, which is a P64, the Polish Makarov.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll put that on the back burner, and it's going to be between finishing my AR build, which I'm looking at my lower, and it's just looks ugly with nothing on it. And then I'm going to look into AKs, but I'm also leaning towards that Lionheart because it's a sweet looking gun.
Yeah, it's just kind of an inexpensive, clone of a 226.
Mm-hmm.
They're cool. I mean, they're nice looking guns. I don't disagree with you. The only thing I'll say about your AR is why not consider finishing your AR build? Like maybe get an inexpensive. I got my mid-length upper for $200. Go that route and then get yourself another upper. Get like a 300 blackout upper and then put an optic on it. Use it for hunting, or set it up for home defense, or maybe think about going suppressed at some point. I mean, you get yourself another upper for 250, 300, and you're good to go.
Right.
That's probably what I'll probably do, because I've got two ARs, just a carbine length and a mid length. If I do anything else, I'll use one of my lowers kind of as the experimental lower, and I'll put maybe a 20-inch rifle length on it, or 300 blackout, or maybe a 9mm conversion kit. So that would get you into a 30 caliber power, round. If you go 300 blackout without having to buy an AK.
Right.
And 300 blackouts, that's a little more expensive. You're looking at $15 a box for 20, maybe a little bit less than that. But when you get the AK, you've also got the cheap ammunition. You got all the accessories you can get. You got a lot of flexibility on that platform.
I gotcha.
They have,
because I
yeah. How much? Okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay, they have my AK on Classic for sale right now for $619. I didn't know how much you wanted to spend. It's the James River Armory version of the AMD 63, and it's got the quad rail on it with the Picatinny up on top. And that's actually one of the least expensive AKs you can get on Classic right now, short of a RAS 47 or a Riley Defense, which I really can't recommend at this point. That's pretty much it. That's because they used to have those AMD 63s just as they were for $450 at one point. I mean, I can tell you mine's pretty solid. It's forged trunnion. It's the Hungarian parts kit.
Okay. Do you like it?
Oh yeah, it's freaking awesome. Yeah, I mean, you can put all the Magpul stuff on it if you want to. I took the huge muzzle brake off the end of it because it already has a 16-inch barrel, and I just put the Tapco slant brake on it. So it's got just traditional AK slant brake on the front. Oh, it's accurate as heck, man. It's awesome. I shoot nothing but steel case through it.
So I think the consensus is roll call, get an AK.
That's what I'm looking at.
You can put you can easily put a sling on it if you want to.
I mean, if the place you're working at does transfers, just have PSA send it there and just do the transfer there. But if you have to use a local FFL that does it, then just use that.
Yeah, I think honestly, I can transfer.
You're not going to get a better deal than buying one from PSA as far as an AK right now.
So you can get that one for $500, or if you decide you want to go with the Hungarian build, I put the link on the internal chat for you. That's what I have right there. That's exact. I actually paid more than $619. I think I paid $650 for mine when I bought it, because at that point AMD 63s were $550.
So with that, roll call. You now know. So we're gonna wrap up hit or miss now. So thank you all on the YouTube side for listening, watching, commenting, and giving us your perspective. On the gun channel side, thank you, Dead Horse, for trolling and being just Dead Horse. We also had, who else do we have out there? We also had Ohio 45 ACP, and we had Einstein out there as well. It's General Relativity GC, I think it is. Yes. All right. So, going to the panel, you have anything to plug? Go ahead and plug. Dusty, you're up first. Got anything to plug?
No, not really. I don't have any channels or anything. I just like talking with all you guys. So thanks for inviting me.
No problem. Anytime. All right, Gizzard.
Check out my website at gizzardgary.com. I'm on YouTube, GunStreamer, UGETube, Instagram, and well, all over the place. Join gun channels. It's a great place. Also, check out guntube.org and like, share, and subscribe to Night Strike. That's all I got.
All right. Obnoxious One. Go ahead and make a plug for your channel, dude. Are you there? Sleep?
Who? Obnoxious One?
Yeah, Obnoxious One. You there?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's probably muted.
Yeah, we can't hear a word you're saying, dude. If you're talking, we can't hear you.
How about now?
Yes.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah, I lost
Amazing
power
what
here.
happens when you hit that button.
Yeah, no, it wasn't the button. It was my freaking headphones. I got to get a different headset. But I check out my channel. I am still 51 subs away from my 200 sub giveaway. Make sure you go check that out. Leave a comment on my 200 sub giveaway video if you want to be entered. And subscribe to Night Strike. Check out GunTube. Load all the videos that you can up on GunTube. I can't stress that enough on how much you need to load everything in your library to GunTube.
Even your live streams.
All right. Rick?
Yeah. I've got my show tomorrow. Rick's Life as I See It. Shooting with Disabilities at 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night. Thank you.
Right. Roll call. What are we doing these days?
I'm doing a lot of stuff right now. I'm planning out things for the channel, so give me time. I'll have a video up for you on your Wednesday. I threw one up on there Monday, so go enjoy that video. I'm gonna throw my I got a PayPal account set up, and if you're interested in donating to the channel, please let me know, and then I can put that up for you so you can donate and help the Roll Call 219 channel out there. I haven't done any kind of my live shows. I'm trying to get my schedule down. I'm learning some new tricks of the trade at work. So I want to focus on that before I run back into the live show schedule. But I'm enjoying being on Hit or Miss on Tuesday nights. It's very fun. Rick, welcome to Indiana. Maybe one of these times we can get together and go shoot. And yeah, go subscribe to my channel and go subscribe to everybody's channel. Do it. Thank you.
Do it.
Do it.
Gotta do it. Do it. Anyways, Sarge.
Hello. Appreciate the invite. I think we had some good productive conversation. I'm going to look into that self-defense aspect that you were talking about and brought up. If anybody's not subscribed, I'm just a couple away from 1,000 subs. I've got to plan some sort of 1,000 sub giveaway. I think next Saturday night would probably be a better idea. I was thinking about doing it this Thursday, but next Thursday I need to get a video, or next Saturday night I need to get a video done real quick, and then we'll give away probably several things if we can hit 1,000 by next Saturday. And I guess that's about it. I want to see this GoFundMe, Indiegogo, whatever you call it. I want to contribute and help get GunTube off the ground, and that's it. And if anybody's bored, go over to my Etsy shop and maybe buy a hat or a shirt. I got one for Obnoxious One I got to send to him. And
Well, he can still
Rodney Peters.
sell that on Etsy.
Yeah, for now. I was going to start a Shopify, but I can't.
I'm gonna wear it in a video, and then I'm gonna sell it like a game used jersey.
Oh, see, that's what I should do.
You know, I will do a disclaimer here right now. If you buy anything from Obnoxious One, you may want to put it in the wash first.
Hey, I take a shower every week. whether I need it or not.
Whether you need to or not.
Every week? I thought it was supposed to be every day.
Monday is fun day.
Every day is for rookies.
Okay. Squib, save us from this insanity. What? He's not here.
Is his lunch break over?
Is your lunch break over,
Possibility,
Squib?
man. Possibility. Let's hope not. Squibby, where you at?
Muted,
Usually when I
Squib.
do that, he can hear me even when he's muted. So
Unmute yourself.
I am unmuted. I'm roboting.
Oh, okay.
you're a robot.
So are you.
Squib, just plug your channel.
Oh, yeah. Come on my channel and watch boring about reload or shoot later.
He's not kidding about roboting, is he?
Oh man, I thought he was like placing an order at the drive-through or something.
Okay.
Skynet is real.
Skynet is real.
Everyone check out Squib on YouTube for his boring videos. And I guess whenever he shows up, and check out Hawaii Volcano Squad's Lock and Load, I guess. Unless they're still feuding. At that point, it's fair game.
No, it's me in Hawaii that's feuding. So.
Oh, you and him are feuding now. Okay.
Yes.
Because before it was Squib and him, and now it's you and him. Oh.
Yeah.
What do you guys?
Okay.
What do you guys do? Take a week off and switch out?
I guess you know me. I like to cause controversy. So.
Conflict is more like it, but yes.
Conflict versy.
Conflict versus
Yeah.
yes. All
Yes,
right.
conflict versy.
Travis P.
Yeah, man.
My unofficial specs teacher.
Dude.
Go ahead and tell us what you're all about.
Man, okay, so check out the channel on guntube.org, Travis P11, and then also GunStreamer, UGETube, gunchannels.com, and YouTube. Okay, Travis P11 is the channel. A lot more range tests coming up. I'll be showing my my range test of the $200 PSA clearance AR-15 upper tomorrow. It'll be up over my lunch break around noon Central Time. It'll show up 1 o'clock. Otherwise, check out Caliber Corner Saturday morning 8 a.m. Central Time over on gunchannels.com. Good stuff, man. And subscribe to everybody that's in this panel. Good stuff.
All right. So again, everyone, check out GunTube.org. Check out nightstrike.com, and you can find all my social media on there too. Yeah, that's about it. So thank you all for listening on the Gun Channel side and the YouTube side. We'll see you on the next one. So thank you all for listening. This was Hit or Miss.
Give him the bird.
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto.
Good night, Felicia.
Shall not be infringed.
Yeah, we love you, Felicia.
Hashtag
yeah.
Oh, yeah, Felicia.
My goodness.
Jimenez tooth.
Jimenez Tooth.
Felicia is good.
And for the final word, shut up, infringed.